Miss Remy telling me I better be heavily supporting her in her next battle. Well, she's just received this.
I'm broke, alright? And I keep going live and being like, I might see if Miss Remy's live, and it's almost like you know that I'm going live, so as soon as I go live, you disappear off live, so I'm getting a little bit, you know.
Wow. And all she's doing is sending now laughing emojis at me. There's absolutely no need. There's absolutely no need for this. Friendly's off. Friendly's off the card.
As a side note to this situation, but it's very doubtful if they ever even came close to conceiving a child, considering Heather's reaction to the trench mouth. He mentions that Heather supposedly had Sally and Ed banned from her
I've just sent a hashtag cancel Fremy
workplace, meaning Cyraxx had his parents go and confront her instead of going himself. In a particularly creepy development, on the same day he records a video where he dedicates a freestyle to his unborn kid. After Marty says he knows where Heather is, Cyraxx threatens to beat his ass and says he could do it.
I can't read all of the message, but the message starts with, "It's Easter holiday."
Whenever he wants to. On the very last day of 2020, he flips out after getting a bundle of rope in the mail. 2021 begins with Cyraxx doing what sounds to be an Irish accent for no comprehensible reason.
It's your boy, Albert, to do a little bit of practice on some F1 2020.
Despite a hyperactive start to 2021, the rest of January is relatively uneventful, with February bearing some concerning news. Not only are rats sighted in Cyraxx's humble abode, but apparently his basement bed is suffering from a bed bug infestation, and it's severely affecting his health. This may be karma for the fact that, in his never-ending struggle against music biz Marty,
how's it going, Errol?
Cyraxx turned to the dark side and decided to invoke the power of a very malignant political party in order to defeat him.
You gonna do some Rammstein?
Oh no. Oh
my god! No!
After being catfished by a troll and confessing to his fantasy of eating a Snickers out of somebody's defecation station,
he wants to eat a Snickers from where? What's a defecation station? There are so. There's easier ways to eat the Snickers. I prefer them out the freezer. I don't mean directly out the freezer, like the.
He enters into a relationship with someone by the handle of Tangerine Cat, a long-term covert troll of Marty's. In the middle of February, he threatens to shoot Marty and another infamous troll of his, Schmeckel Cat, with his stepfather Ed's rifle, who definitely did not give
Schmeckel
permission for Cyraxx to use his gun to carry out a hit. Seeing that Cyraxx was approaching the 1,000 subs mark on his YouTube channel, he started a campaign for people to subscribe en masse with their troll alts. Then, when Cyraxx started celebrating, the next move was to unsubscribe en masse to see how he'd react. This was the result.
I did have 100, I did have 1K, but that little bitch-ass nigga
see how well we can do with this penny gold, guys.
Marty did up.
Notwithstanding, also...
Oh my fuck, are you serious? It's the same bloody appeal, come up again, the same bloody restriction again. I ain't really irritated, I might end up just coming off because I don't know whether it's something that my agency needs to look at before I can do these reactions. Maybe it's causing some issue. Which I don't understand why, because I've been doing it for ages.
In February, Cyraxx gets Sally to call the cops to tell them he's being cyberbullied online, as if the cops could do anything. They can't. It's at this point that even the police, being familiar with the situation from the plethora of times they've already gone to their house for no good reason, start to show signs of being sick of dealing with Cyraxx. The report reads as follows: cyberbullying on internet by Marty. Today they received a package with...
It's really weird. It's really weird. This restriction keeps coming up. My agency say they've got no f***ing clue. I was asking Remy about it. I got used by Canadian Angie again last night. How did I get used by Canadian Angie last night?
with rope in it, and he has been telling caller's 30-year-old son to take his own life. There were no threats and nothing to report. He was advised that if he does not want comments on his internet live stream, to block or ignore them. Nothing I was told today was a crime, and he had no information about the other guy involved. On the 5th of March, during a live streamed call with Marty, Tangerine Cat, and a fellow troll, Lava, Cyraxx is pushed to his breaking point and decides to destroy one of the gifts he received from Lava to upset her.
You're trying to interfere in my life, you fucking hey, Lava, I swear to God, if you don't stop, I swear to God, I will hunt you down and beat your fucking ass within an inch of your life. And that's not a joke. Hey, Lava.
We all know
Hey,
that.
Lava, you better be lucky I don't know where you live. Otherwise, you're have to be 6 feet under. And same with you, Marty. I know where you live. I know where you live, Marty. So don't test me. You need to go. And now I've had it.
TikTok's doing my tits in with this engagement thing. Can you send...
No, I've had it with you two interfering in my life. I'm trying to live a good life with my... No, shut up. I am trying to live a good life with my fucking girl.
The only thing I can think of that's different is because I'm watching longer form videos rather than, like, obviously if I'm watching like FYP clips, the shorter videos, and we'll move on to the next thing quicker. Maybe that's causing the issue with it. I'm not sure.
Friend, away from the trauma, but you don't want to let that happen. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Matter of fact, hey, Lava, see this?
No.
How do you like that?
Well, no, because it's a different thing, that. So if you were flagged for unoriginal content, that's a different flag. And that, you stop that by pausing and talking and pausing and talking, because you added onto it.
I didn't like that.
Apparently, during his tirade with the ocarina, he
Like, we're not just sitting here watching it in silence, you know what I mean?
made holes in his walls that indefinitely continued to be visible whenever he recorded videos. But the bad news simply refused to stop coming. Marty breaks the story that Cyraxx has been taken to the hospital, and the doctors discovered he developed a fungal infection on his private parts. The cause of this might be the fact that he not only neglects to wash himself after he does the deed, but also does it multiple times a day, which results in chafing due to excess friction. I'm glad I can explain this to, like, however many people are watching this right now. Later on the same day, Cyraxx gets on Marty's stream to berate everyone for spreading the news about his sickly genitalia.
I'm
Hey,
trying.
guys, what the f*** is your deal?
Whoa!
No, shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
Calm down, mate.
Ooh, you're hard.
Hey, Marty, let me tell you right now, you ass little bitch ass nigga, you had no right doing what you did. No!
During the conversation about his medical issue, it's revealed that Cyraxx is unable to put the cream on and requires Sally to do it for him. This period is marked by some interesting police reports. After a welfare check, which informed the police that Cyraxx was threatening people online, he was advised to stay out of chat rooms. Then, the police were told about Cyraxx confessing to what he did to Billy, but no one answered when they showed up to his door. After a mostly redacted welfare check, Sally herself calls the police as Cyraxx and Ed are fighting due to Cyraxx being uncooperative. After this call is made, Cyraxx randomly shows up during another Marty stream, this time with his mouth visibly bleeding, as he screams at everybody.
Let me tell all three of you motherfuckers right now, because of you three, I almost took my fucking life a few minutes ago because of your bullshit bullying!
As it turns out, he'd recently gotten into a
Brilliant. We'll now walk into a reaction to this douchebag.
fight with his stepfather Ed, and unlike when he's online, being aggressive and acting tough had very dire consequences. Soon after, Ed leaves due to Cyraxx's antics, which he blames on the trolls. After Tangerine Cat breaks up with him over him sending pictures of his wiener to multiple different fake girls, a new faux girlfriend comes forth by the name of Strawberry Sunshine, and Strawberry is taking no prisoners. Within a month of her work, she convinces Cyraxx to insert a stylus into himself. You'll have to take my word for this since I obviously can't show it on screen, or you can look for it yourself and be eternally cursed. The decision to leak the stylist incident was made based on the fact that, concomitantly with his relationship with Strawberry, Cyraxx had recently sent nudes to a catfish who pretended to be a mentally challenged transgender person by the name of Cindy Lou. In classic Cyraxx form, his strategy to get back at his trolls is to start threatening to do something crazy. Hopefully that was clear enough to understand, but evidently Cyraxx was too scared to manipulate them with a real knife, so he just held a pen to his neck. And not just any pen, the
Oh, he is very strange, that's for sure.
cursed stylus. Props to whoever the girl is that played Strawberry for not laughing upon discovering it was just a pen. Just a day later, Cyraxx tries to do the pen routine yet again. On April 14th, he tries it yet again, culminating in Strawberry breaking up with him. 6 days later, a video comes out of our boy proudly sucking on that same stylus. As the shtick grows increasingly tiresome, the trolls decide to up the ante. One of the troll outlets mentioned a while ago, Masshole Report, decides to play the part of a 14-year-old catfish to see if Cyraxx would bite.
Oh, shit.
They presented themselves as Crystal and claimed to be suffering from bullying, and Cyraxx responded. As they chatted back and forth, Crystal sent a picture of herself.
So he's a schmedophile.
I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
But was you
An adult
panicking when
decoy, by the way, to which Cyraxx responded with compliments. Soon after, he declares his love for her, followed by him claiming that despite being 30, he looks like he's also 14. Immediately after, sends a picture of his disco stick.
Yeah, I think this restriction might be to do with watching long-form content. So this will be the last one we're going to do. We're going to go back to shorter clips.
It seems like the catfish didn't plan to get the picture so soon. I won't get into too much detail beyond this, but despite believing the person he's talking to is 14 years old, he asks for indecent pictures repeatedly over the course of their conversation. After some time, probably after he told Sally what he was up to and she told him how it could get him into trouble, he expresses regret and ghosts.
We used to do this on Twitch all the time. Maybe I should just go back to Twitch on a Sunday or something to do this stuff.
Crystal. It's likely that Cyraxx sussed out that this was going to make its way into Marty's hands, so his tactics became much more frantic and desperate. This was no fluke either, as during her investigation, Kate, the person running this operation, discovered that Cyraxx had done the same thing in 2014 when he would have been 24. In another instance, which was eventually revealed, he was briefly together with a 15-year-old named Chloe. In a cameo
Jesus Christ.
he made in one of Marty's streams soon after the Crystal incident. Knowing that YouTube forbade any kind of nudity, he proceeded to flash the camera in an attempt to get Marty's account shut down. This is a tactic he came to employ multiple times after. After a few police reports about Cyraxx's online dealings with fake 14-year-olds, Sally called the cops over a fake picture.
He got in the live box to then flash himself to try and get their accounts banned. This is insane.
Picture of someone holding a firearm outside their house. To make everything even more cursed, Cyraxx's dad, now free from prison, discovers that his son is a horror cow and appears on one of Marty's streams. It seems going to jail didn't fix him, since by searching his new name, Oangus Ravenwood, a Pinterest shows up with categories like feminized soccer boys are easy to convince and boys in dresses, containing multiple images of young boys in drag. When asked about it by Marty and Schmeckel, he claimed it was for trans kid awareness. Meanwhile, after years of being on the dark side, Cyraxx turns to Christianity to fix his
I'm not sure that checks
situation, while posting a few spoken word poems playing the victim. I suppose, due to loyalty to people of his same proclivities, he goes back to being friends with Chuck
He is Rhiannon,
Stiegel,
yes.
and defends him from the accusations. Around this time, we can see that Cyraxx has begun to frequently scratch his head, which we eventually learn is due to the bed bugs biting him. In exchange for the return of his PayPal account, Marty strikes a deal with Cyraxx that the two would meet up in real life in order to square their differences, and upon showing up to Cyraxx's house, Cyraxx once again hides in the attic. After revealing during a spat with the troll that over the course of his entire career, he's made a total of just under $6 from his music, we get this.
Chance Wilkins. What does that name sound so suspiciously familiar? Maybe because your screen name is Cyraxx? What do you mean by Cyraxx? Chance. Chris Hansen here of Hansen versus Predators. To catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen, I'm going to need you to...
Guys, I'm going to have to come off. The live's now being flagged for criminal behaviour. Which, obviously, there is criminal behaviour going on. This guy is a schmedophile. Right, I'm coming off then, chat. There we go. TikTok has spoken. TikTok has ended this. It has beaten my live down and I'm off. Thank you, anybody who said anything. Have a great rest of your day. I might be on later.